Great, Jill. Thank you. We're going to begin this session reviewing some of the most frequently asked questions that we have received over the years. Once we have gone through all those questions, we will answer any additional question that may have been submitted through the Q&A chat box. And just to start, the first question that we have here, and I will ask any of the panelists, please feel free to answer any of them. The first one is, why did you choose Canadore College? So you can raise your hand if you want, or yes. Now.
Yeah, so I chose Canadore College because I kind of did some research into it where I found that Canadore has a high graduation rate, as well as like the classroom student ratio is not like low or high. It was like right in the middle. So you're able to get help from the prof while you're in the classroom settings, or yeah, basically that's why I chose Canadore.
Great. Someone else would like to share something? Oh, Zach, please go ahead.
All right. So I chose Canadore because of the proximity for me. It's close to home, for one. For two, it has some great reviews. Like Nav said, high graduation rate, great programs, and for me, I'm an arts person. I'm a musician personally, so I am looking to get into the recording engineering program, and that's the main reason why. So the arts in Canada at Canadore are very, very, like, they're great. They're just amazing.
Great, thank you, Zach.
I would like to add in something else. I was doing a research into when I started to look for a college to study in, and it was one because the program that I chose, it was in the college, and also I was looking for fees, tuition fees, and I found that Canadore College has affordable fees to pay, and that was another reason that why I chose Canadore College.
Good to know. Thank you, Mai.
Our next question, how much time do you spend outside of class working on assignments?
I can do with this. For me, I think it's all depend of the program that the student is. For me, when I was at the beginning, I was choose only business, and then at the second year, I changed to business accounting. So in the first semester and the first year, it was the homework. It wasn't really hard for me. Like I spent like probably 7 hours per week. But I don't know if it's because the continuity of the program or because I changed to another program that is accounting. It takes me more time to do the assignments, and probably it's like 10 hours per week, something about it. And I think it's just depending about the program that the student is studying.
Certainly. Did anyone else want to jump in on that?
Sure, I'll jump in on that. I completely agree with Myra. It depends on the program that you're in. I'm lucky enough to be in a program where it's pretty a light load. Yes, I do have 6 courses in my program, but the teachers make sure that we do have time to work on them in class. So it's really good. It depends on the teachers, but also it depends on you, the way that you also schedule your time. So if you perfectly schedule your time in the way where, okay, I have this much time to study and work on the assignments, then you should have no problem.
Fantastic. So definitely a bit of time management comes into play.
Of course.
Okay.
Great. So should we go with the third questions? Are textbooks expensive? Is it better to buy the textbook, like a new one, or is it better a used one?
I can answer that. Some textbooks are expensive. I usually look for third-party if that's from Amazon or online. If you can't, if you do find the third party, just make sure it's the correct book that your prof has assigned. But if you can't find third party, look for used. If not, the other option obviously is new, or try renting the book for the semester. So.
Sure, like the edition, right? Which edition we have to buy? Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Someone else would like to add something?
Sure. Yeah, it also depends. Like I personally like to own books, like to that way I can, you know, I know it's mine. So if a page rips accidentally, it's not the end of the world. So I personally love to own my books. So yes, like Nav said, right, like Amazon is a really good place, and other third party places to get books from, like, yes, for the college, but always make sure that your instructors approve that it's the right book, and that, you know, but also that there's the rent a book, which is, it cuts the cost so much. So if you're in for wanting to save some money and you could be willing to sacrifice to not owning the book and really being really careful with the book, well, go right ahead and rent the book.
Sure. And I will add that maybe you can, at the end, you can sell it if you want, if you take care of the books and you save some money.
Yeah, exactly. So if you do buy it afterwards, you can sell it for, yeah, you can sell it. So you get your money back essentially.
Sure. Thank you, Zach.
Yeah, I'm agree with Zach. Also, you can find on the Facebook marketplace, you can find books and the second hand, and that make you more easy to save money. And I found like the books, usually the cost of the books are usually around $40 to $100. So I found that is the average that the book.
Great.
But that is a good option to go to the Facebook and marketplace.
It is, yes, thank you.
These are some great tips. All right, our next question is a bit of a two-parter. So part one, how is the food on campus? Part two, where's the best place or places to eat off campus?
Yeah, I can start off. The food on campus is pretty good. We have a Subway, Pizza, Tim Hortons, and other categories within our cafeteria. I think on campus, for me, my favorite spot would have to be the local coffee shop named Twigs. There is many locations off campus as well. I would say my off-campus restaurant go-to is another local restaurant, is Sills. You can see me there maybe on the weekends grabbing breakfast. They do serve some good breakfast, and yeah.
Awesome, love Sills. Zach, what about you?
Yeah, so I completely agree with Nav. Like me being from a smaller town, walking down to the cafeteria and seeing Tim Hortons, Pizza, Subway, just blows my mind. So it's crazy, and it's so easy to spend money down there. But also, like, there's a little place called Chef's Table down there as well. So they always do like specials during the week. So Taco Tuesday and like Fish Friday, stuff like that, and many different variations during the week as well. That is a very good place, and it's not that expensive as well. So check that out for sure. That is on College Drive though. So for those going to the other places, I'm not sure if there is one. Off campus, I have to agree with Nav. Sills is just amazing. There's also Burger World, and the cool thing about those two places is that they do take the student card. So you get to save a bit of money while enjoying great food.
That's true.
Yeah, another place that is off of campus that is close to school too It's Neighbors. That is a good restaurant for me, and you can use your card for student, and they will give you a discount. Also, it's Pizza Pizza. Well, Pizza Pizza, it's in the college too, and Boston Pizza, it's another one. McDonald's is just across to Boston, so there's many places that you can find even close to the college.
Yeah, I completely agree. Essentially, like for those living in residence and near College Drive, that whole McEwen Drive, there's just so many options for not just eating, but shopping and getting some school supplies as well.
Absolutely. Just to add in some of my own places that I like to go, if anyone's venturing downtown, the Cedar Tree is a Lebanese restaurant. They make amazing shawarma there, love them. And also downtown is Mr. Poncho. It's a Mexican restaurant. They have a location in the mall too, and they're amazing. Portions are big, the food is fresh, the people are amazing. Definitely recommend those two places. So I don't know if anyone else on the panel has anything they want to jump in with.
I'm a big eater. I would like to add something here. The good thing about North Bay is that every day they open a new restaurant. So we have new brands now in the town. So multiple options from different cultures. It's crazy. I love it.
Absolutely.
I completely agree. The North Bay food scene has grown so much in the past few years, and it's amazing for foodies. So,
a new recently discovered one for me is, I believe it's Oak Eat, and it's on the corner of Oak and Ferguson, I believe, right across from the train station, and it is delicious. I need to go there and eat through the menu.
Yeah,
the Oak Street Eatery.
Yeah.
Yes, Oak Street Eatery, so good. And they have an ice cream truck across in the summer, Evercool. So winter's probably not the best time for ice cream, but in the summer they have some delicious flavors.
Absolutely.
I do have to add as well, like if you're into barbecue, Blue Dogs, amazing spot as well.
100%.
100%.
And cheap wings on Wednesdays and Saturdays, half price wings. So if you're into smoked wings, you can get them real cheap.
And they have live entertainment too. So
yeah, they do.
Fantastic.
And if I remember right, don't quote me on this, but they do take the student card on certain days. So
it's always worth asking,
look out for
even
that.
if you don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, our next question, Sunny.
Yeah, sure. You know, food, we can talk all the day about food. Okay, next question. Is there anything you learned about the school only after you were here that you would like or wish to know in advance before you started?
I'll take care of that. I did not know that I could run for student council being a first year. And I did, and I got in. So it's pretty cool to be part of that. Another thing as well for those who love being part of something bigger than them, other than the college itself, the I Can Lead student leadership team. So I was lucky enough to learn about that program as well when I first got into the college and applied and got in. So it's you know, you write an essay and you just, if you get an interview, you get an interview. If you don't, you don't. It's a great program. There are a few seminars that we participate. We have projects that we work on all throughout the year. Sadly, the only thing is that I think the only intake for that is in September, so for next fall. So for those who are really interested, go right ahead and go look at the CSC page on the Canadore college.ca.
Thank you so much. Someone else?
Yeah, I can hop in here for a second. I would have to say, like, the amount of support you get, not from only your profs, but from like student success, athletics, like Zach, your student council, everyone within the college is there to help you to succeed and want to see you graduate, basically. So that's something I wish I knew early. But yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, another thing that I learned after I got into school, it was that too many supports that we can use from Canada that we don't know. When we started first in the college, it's hard to us know many things that it's for support. And I think we don't know, we just go in, and once that you're there, you find that you can use, actually the orientation is really helpful for everybody, because I didn't took the orientation before I started college. So for the program D12, it was hard for me to navigate. And also when I'm in the website, it was hard for me to find something, and it's always useful if you go jump in the website and try to play with all the resources that we have. It's a good option to be familiar with everything that Canada offers.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, everybody, for your answers.
All righty. So what are the course instructors like from your own experience?
For me, I found that the structure are very friendly. When I started the semester, they always offer help for everything that the students need. When I was stuck in some homework or anything that it was hard for me to learn, I referred to them, I sent it an email, and they usually answer right away in the same day. And I think that is a very good idea, like be part, like a friendly with you, and try to find the solution that you are looking for. And they were open to answer any question. So friendly, I would say that.
Fantastic.
So I have to agree, and also I got to add that teachers at the college are very, very passionate about what they teach. I had the pleasure of having a science teacher who just loves science, eats, sleeps, and drinks science all the time. So it's fun it's always fun to have teachers that are passionate about what they teach, because the message is, it makes it more fun, and the message just passes by more clearly. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have to agree with everyone. That everyone's very helpful. Their main goal is they want to see you cross that stage when you graduate. So they're not going to be like trying to hold you back or anything. They honestly just will help you in any way they can. If that's email, if you have to stay after class to get more questions or more details on assignments and stuff like that, everyone's very helpful. So yeah.
Awesome. Love to hear it.
Now we have a really important question. Can you work and go to school part-time?
Yeah, I can take that one. I would say yes, you can. You just got to communicate with your boss, with your class schedule. I've done it before, where I've worked part-time at the YMCA and went to class full-time. So it just takes you just communicating to your boss of, okay, like Mondays I have this class at this time, and go throughout the week of your schedule and figure your hours out, basically.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, I would like to go in this. A very important thing for a student is time management. It is important to know that when you're studying, your first goal is finish your school and do good in school. So I think it's just trying to well, for me, as an international student, I was at the beginning wanted to work like a full-time while I was a student, and I just have the opportunity to have time, like a 20 hours per week. It's because the government, it's only, we're allowing to work only 20 hours per week. But now I think last month, well, November, government say that the international student can work full-time if you want. But well, I was happy about the news, and I said, oh, full-time, so I'm gonna take the full-time, right? But no, it's impossible for me. Like working full-time and do it full-time in school is really hard. So yeah, it's just about time management. It depends what you can do in school and working. So you can, but you have to be.
Yeah, and plus family, right?
Mhm.
Great.
Okay, our next question. So what happens if you miss a class, or say if you're late showing up? What's that like?
I'll gladly take that one. It has happened to me. I know I'm on the student council and I'm supposed to show the perfect example, but I have arrived to class late. Things happen, people. No, but to be honest, it really depends on your instructors, on the instructors and on the teachers. Often at the beginning of the term, the orientation, the teachers will tell you, okay, this is how we want, if you guys do end up being late or something, this is how we want you to go about it. So usually is the main rule is, if you're late to class, you walk in quietly and you set up and you go to your place and you take notes from then. And if you have any questions, you go right ahead and ask your teacher, because they will be more than happy to answer you. Also, if you can't make it to class, well, just be sure to send an email to your professor, and they'll make sure to, if they have the time for you, they'll make sure to give you the notes. Or usually in my program right now in general arts and science, all the filled out notes are on iLearn. So it's very useful for that as well. And if not, you can also ask one of your classmates if you can borrow their notes for the evening or for an hour. So.
For me, because I'm taking my classes online, usually all my classes are on Zoom. So it all depends. If I miss a class, it's not a big deal because I can go to recording for the class and I can watch the class again. Well, watch the class, what I missed. And it's not really hard for me because I have that advantage. But sometimes because my time, it didn't work for me to listen to class or for something. If I lose a class, it's a big deal for me. It's because I wanted to have, I want to be present in all my classes. If I miss one, I feel like I miss a lot of information, because in one class you can see one chapter and you miss that chapter, and it's really hard when you're in the test. And so I prefer just be present. And if I miss it, I just go to the recording class.
Absolutely.
Well, our next question is, what is better about housing? Living in residence or off-campus housing?
Yeah, I can start this one off. My first year, I lived on residence. Amazing. You end up rooming with someone. You end up, you kind of make friends on your floor that later on, maybe after the year, you can live together either in an apartment or if you find a house. So yeah, for me, I think off campus is better. Just you have more room, more opportunities to do certain things. But for a first year, you definitely want to live on residence, I would say.
Thank you.
I've heard only great things for like first year. I have to agree with Nav on that one. I personally do not have to live in residence, but I've heard only great things because being on the student council, I often do get some feedback from every little speck of what's going on in the school with the students. And what's cool is that there is people that work for the residents who are making sure that the people in the residence are well taken care of, that they do have fun, right? So there are many activities that do happen during like the weekends and stuff like that. So it's cool because you get to participate in activities and make new friends outside of your program. So it's always good socially to live at least 1 year in residence. But if not, for off-campus housing, there's often lots of listings on Marketplace in the beginning of the fall term. And I think even the winter term as well. I haven't really checked lately, but on Marketplace, and you can get like, you live in one big house, like Nav said, and just share like the rent, and it's ridiculously cheap sometimes. So just look for the right one and look for the right fit for you, and just hopefully it's the best for you.
Yeah, I think that it depends. If the student is new in North Bay, I would recommend to live in campus in the residence, because they have the opportunity to know new friends, new if they're from international students, they have the opportunity to meet people from other countries that probably they can find students with the same country of them, and it's a good option to find somebody that with same culture and have friends and do a community here in North Bay. So I think it's a good experience to live in campus. For me, I have been living here at the residence, and I'm happy living here. I really like, actually, in next year I'm done at school. So I was thinking, oh, I have to find a house. So I don't want to live. I don't want to live here. I like to live here. So, but yeah, it's a good experience to live in campus.
That's true. Thank you so much, guys, for your answers.
Okay, that brings us to our last question for now. So if you could give a student one piece of advice, what would it be?
Yeah, I'll start off. I have to say, breathe. Things will get hard at times. You just got to stay focused and organized, but also in the same time, have fun, because in a blink of it, time in college will fly by so fast. So just remember to breathe. You'll get through it, and just have fun as well.
I completely second what Nav is saying. For me, it just feels like it was yesterday that I was listening and tuning in to these orientation programs, and now I'm part of it after my first semester, and I am more than happy to be here. But it's crazy how fast it's super fast that it was like a blink of an eye. We were at reading week, and now it's another blink of an eye, and now we're on Christmas break. I'm pretty sure Nav and Myra can agree with me, but also the good employees here from Canada College. The time does fly really fast, but you always got to find my big thing that someone had told me from the college is you got to find the perfect balance. So you got to find a balance of school, work, and also leisure time. You got to make time for yourself, because if you only do work and schooling, you will drive yourself to the ground, and you will be tired and miserable, and that's not good. So you got to make time for yourself as well. So there are lots of activities that happen on campus, so don't be shy to be part of those activities, because it's part of that perfect balance.
Yeah, I'm agree with Nate and Zach. Find a perfect balance is the main point, and to probably to make it through, you can always ask for help. Anything that you're struggling in school, sometimes we are overwhelmed with many things to do with any change in our lives. So always ask for help, and yeah, you will find it, and that is a good way how to start it and continue to in the college.
Fantastic. That was very great, very uplifting to hear from you folks.